Do video games cause violence? This debate has been going on since the 90s. Well, it's not really a debate when neither side is listening to each other. What I intend to do today is to change the minds of people willing to listen. First, a little bit of background knowledge to help you understand this entire debate. This debate has been going on since the 90s, but video games did exist before the 90s, although people were not worried about it causing violence until the 90s because of one game called Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is a hyper-violent fighting game where you would pummel your opponents into a bloody pulp. Before Mortal Kombat came out, not many people were worried about what was in video games. Most people just thought that they were expensive toys. But when Mortal Kombat was released with all the blood and gore, people began to ask, do video games cause violence? Now, when I hear that question, it is my gut instinct to just say, no, you are wrong. Because I am growing up with video games. Whenever I play them, yeah, sometimes I would get mad, but most of the time I would have so much fun. Whether it was playing Manhunt with my brother on Lego Marvel Superheroes, or playing Team Fortress 2 with complete and utter strangers, I would have fun. In the end, that's what video games really are. They are just fun. Now, many people say that video games are desensitizing the player to violence, and by some extent they are right, but by that logic, shouldn't using a human silhouette target do the same thing? Most video games that people have been complaining about has the player shooting at something that looks like a human, but when shooting a human silhouette target, the shooter is shooting an actual gun at something that is shaped like a human. In fact, the player doesn't feel the recoil when they're shooting in the games, and they don't hear the full blast of a gun. But when shooting a human silhouette target, the shooter does feel the recoil of the gun, and they do hear more of the blast. Now, not only could using a human silhouette target be desensitizing people, but violent movies like Deadpool or John Wick could be desensitizing people as well. Because in these movies, the same amount, if not more, blood is shown than in video games. Video games are not the only thing that are desensitizing people. In fact, according to the data, violent crime has been decreasing rather than increasing. During 2009, violent crime was down by 7.5%. According to Google Trends, video games was up at its peak. Even in recent years, violent crime has been down. According to FBI, crime in the US, violent crime has decreased by 4.3% in recent years. And video games have been growing rather than shrinking. And if video games really did cause violence, then shouldn't violent crime be increasing with video games instead of decreasing? So, let me ask you this again. Do you think that video games really cause violence? Or do you think that video games are just another form of entertainment, no different from a movie or a sport? Sure, some people may get mad when they play video games, but most people don't. In fact, it helps them relieve stress and calm down. Unless if you're playing Geometry Dash. Thank you.